Okay guys, so once you have it sanded and wiped off with your alcohol, this is where you want to go and you want to spray paint. So this is a 30 ounce. What I showed you prepping was a 20 ounce, but I had to spray this one too. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it on my drying rack arm, and I'm going to hold it at arm's length so that I don't have it gunked up in the middle. You don't want to just hold down your spraying. You want to do nice fluid motions to give you a nice good coverage on the cup. So your first layer is just to give something for your next layer to tack to. So it's okay if your first layer doesn't cover the cup. Make sure you get the butt. You just want enough on there for it to have something to tack to. Keep it spinning because that's going to keep you from getting from runs, and you don't want runs. Especially with spray painted cups for like your, let's say your male cups, that it's just spray paint. The runs will show under the epoxy. Epoxy intensifies everything. So you want to try to keep your runs non-existent. So just keep holding it at arm's length. Once it sits for a minute, you can go ahead and go on with your next layer. Again, nice fluid motions. You can see that I go from the top to the bottom in a nice swift movement. It keeps it to where it doesn't cause runs. Your hands will get into the habit of pushing on at the beginning and letting off at the bottom of the tumbler. You want to get into that habit because once you spray past the tumbler, you're just wasting paint at that point, so it's a waste of product. So there's my second layer. I'm going to make sure I get the butt, and I'm going to let it spin for a minute. Again, I'm going to keep it spinning from keeping runs happening on my cup because this is going to be just a spray painted tumbler. No glitter is going on this. So once you give that a minute to tack up to adhere to your first layer, I should only have to do one more layer. You can see I've missed some spots, and that's okay. Again, don't just hold it on there and spray it on. You're not going to get good coverage and you're going to get runs. So for my last layer, again, I'm going to do nice fluid motions, starting at the top, going to the bottom, and just going down the tumbler. I'm spinning the tumbler with my arm as I go. It makes it easier for me to spin. At this time, I go and I get the rim. I'm not worried about any spray paint in the cup. I'll remove it with acetone after I'm done with the cup and have the epoxy on. I'll just take acetone and remove it. Make sure you get the rim of the bottom of the cup so that you can make sure that everything is covered. So at this point, I've got a good coverage. Everything is covered. So I'm just going to add it to my drying rack at this point and have it sitting to dry. Sorry about the dog barking at my neighbor. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comments. Otherwise, most importantly, happy crafting.